Good Monday evening. I hope you had a wonderful day in the Lord, September 23rd. 1Kings 12. Talking about King Solomon. Like I said, he's now deceased in this chapter. He just came on the scene. He just became king a few chapters before, and we know that they put his life into, so many captions. But then the last chapter, he went and he transitioned to be with the Lord. And that's what I was saying today as far as the brevity of life, how quickly it moves and how short it is as far as a handbreadth. And we just want to do the will of the Lord while we have a chance. Well, King Solomon, now deceased, his son is on the scene, and he's the king. I could never say this name. Rehoboam. Okay, Rehoboam. Not sure if it's 4 syllables. Anyway, his son was looking to get some advice. And it says in verse 6 of chapter 12, the king consulted with some old saged men, experienced people who were his father's peers. And I still talk to my parents' peers, and I look at them today, as my spiritual parents. I could think of a man at the church who grew up with my dad, and they would hang out, and my dad was able to hook him up with a post office job back in the 50s, I believe. Yeah, over 60 years ago. And he still tells me, which is just so precious a treasure. He tells me so many memories. His mind is so sharp. But the point is that he was my father's, one of his best friends. And I just gleaned from him. Well, anyway, Rehoboam was in that situation where he wanted to, get advice from his father's friends. And the question was, well, what should I do with the people? As far as the servants, should I, keep it easy, or should I make it harder for them? Because the people were saying in verse 4, thy father made our yoke grievous. Now, therefore, make thou the grievous service of thy father and his heavy yoke, just lighten it up for us, will you? Catch us a break. And the older men were saying, yeah, in verse 7, if thou wilt do it, and you be a servant leader, and you will speak a good word to them, then they will be thy servants forever. They'll be faithful to you, loyal to you, Rehoboam. Then, I don't know why, he went to his own friends or his people who were his age, people who he grew up with, Rehoboam. And he asked the same question. And that's what I used to tell my son and some others. I was like, don't take an opinion poll on some of the issues of life. Especially, well, what do you think? Well, what do you think? What do you think? Find some solid, godly people in your life surrounded around you. And look, if you can't hear clearly from the Lord, make sure that they at least can hear from them. Okay, but don't ask, this and that. Because what he did is ask his young friends, and they said, you know what, make it harder for them. My father, this is what they were saying. Yeah, my father used whips. I'm going to use scorpions if you don't follow me. Man, that's crazy advice. Wow, that's in verse 11. So what I'm asking you tonight is, do you have enough of the sagacious elders in your circle so that they can guide you? They might be formal mentors. They might be just friends, neighbors. But drink some tea. Get to know them. Hear about the history of their people and our people. And oh my goodness, some unlikely friendships will form. And in Proverbs 23, since we are in the September 23rd day of the year, All I have to say is, my son, if thine heart be wise, listen to older people, my heart shall rejoice, even my reins. That's what we rejoice in. Yea, my reins shall rejoice when thy lips speak right things. Let not thy heart envy sinners. Don't be haters and wishing that you can have something that is not your will, that is not God's will. But be in the fear of the Lord all day long. And listen, when I get old, hearken unto your mother when she is old. That's verse 22. So count me as a mentor and look for the others who are placed in your life so that you can listen to the voice of the Lord if you're temporarily deaf. Okay, have a wonderful evening in the Lord and enjoy the little light that we have left in this fall season. Good night.